Greetings, seekers of higher wisdom. Today, we explore a profound topic that has the power to transform your entire existence, mastering the art of thinking from your higher consciousness. This isn't merely about positive thinking or changing your mindset. It's about tapping into the vast reservoir of wisdom, clarity, and insight that exists beyond our everyday thoughts. Our minds are extraordinary tools, capable of incredible feats. Yet, so often, we find ourselves trapped in patterns of thinking that limit our potential and keep us stuck in cycles of fear, doubt, and confusion. By learning to access and think from our higher consciousness, we can break free from these limitations and step into a new realm of possibility. Higher consciousness isn't some lofty, unreachable state. It's our birthright, our true nature. It's the part of us that's connected to the infinite wisdom of the universe. When we think from this place, we align ourselves with the flow of life itself. We gain access to insights and solutions that our everyday mind simply can't perceive. As we begin this exploration, I invite you to open your mind and heart. The concepts we'll discuss may challenge some of your existing beliefs about the nature of reality and your own potential. That's okay. Allow yourself to be curious, to question, to explore. Our journey begins with understanding the nature of consciousness itself. Most of us go through life identifying solely with our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. We believe we are our bodies, our personalities, our likes and dislikes. But what if I told you that all of these are simply aspects of a much vaster consciousness? Imagine consciousness as an infinite ocean. Your everyday thoughts and experiences are like waves on the surface of this ocean. They're real, they have impact, but they're not the totality of who you are. Beneath the surface lies a vast, calm depth. This is your higher consciousness. To begin thinking from this higher place, we must first learn to distinguish between our surface-level thoughts and the deeper currents of our true nature. This requires developing a practice of self-observation. Start by simply noticing your thoughts without judgment. Watch them arise and pass away, like clouds in the sky. As you practice this, you'll begin to notice that there's a part of you that's aware of your thoughts, but isn't caught up in them. This is your higher consciousness beginning to emerge. It's the witness, the observer, the knower behind all your experiences. From this place of observation, you can start to see the patterns in your thinking. You might notice recurring worries, judgments, or limiting beliefs. These aren't your higher consciousness speaking. They're conditioned responses, often rooted in past experiences or societal programming. Your higher consciousness, on the other hand, speaks in a different way. It often comes as a quiet knowing, a sense of clarity or peace amidst mental chatter. It might arrive as an intuitive flash, a sudden insight that seems to come from nowhere. To cultivate this connection with your higher consciousness, try this practice. Several times throughout your day, pause whatever you're doing. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, who is aware right now? Don't try to answer with words. Simply rest in the awareness that's present. This simple act can shift you out of your habitual thinking patterns and into a state of presence. From this state, you're more likely to access the wisdom of your higher consciousness. Another powerful way to connect with your higher consciousness is through meditation. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and focus your attention on your breath. As thoughts arise, simply notice them and return your focus to your breath. As you continue this practice, you may experience moments of profound stillness. In these moments, you're touching the realm of your higher consciousness, It's from this place that true wisdom and insight emerge. Remember, mastering the art of thinking from your higher consciousness is a journey, not a destination. It's about gradually shifting your center of awareness from the surface level mind to the deeper realms of your being. What would your life look like if you consistently thought from this higher place? How might your decisions change? How might your relationships transform? As we move into the next part of our exploration, hold these questions in your awareness. Let them guide you deeper into the vast ocean of your higher consciousness. The alchemy of awareness. Transmuting thought into higher consciousness. As we continue our exploration of thinking from higher consciousness, we turn our attention to the transformative power of awareness itself. Awareness is the alchemical fire that can transmute our ordinary thoughts into gold of higher wisdom. To truly master thinking from your higher consciousness, you must become intimately familiar with the nature of your own awareness. This awareness is not something separate from you. It is your very essence, the ground of your being. It's what allows you to experience anything and all, including your thoughts. Most of us go through life identified with the content of our awareness, our thoughts, emotions, sensations. But what if you could shift your identification to awareness itself? This is the key to accessing your higher consciousness. Start by noticing the quality of your awareness right now. It's always here, always present, regardless of what's happening in your mind or in your external environment. This awareness is like a clear, open space in which all experiences arise and pass away. As you cultivate this awareness, you'll begin to notice that your thoughts don't have the same grip on you. They become like clouds passing through the vast sky of your consciousness. You can observe them without getting caught up in them. This shift in perspective is crucial for thinking from your higher consciousness. From this place of spacious awareness, you can begin to discern which thoughts are coming from your conditioned mind and which are arising from a deeper place of wisdom. Your higher consciousness often communicates through subtle impressions, intuitive flashes, or a deep sense of knowing. These aren't always loud or dramatic. They can be easily overlooked if you're caught up in the noise of your everyday thinking. To tune into these higher thoughts, practice creating moments of stillness throughout your day. This doesn't mean you need to sit in meditation for hours. Even a few seconds of conscious breathing can create an opening for higher wisdom to emerge. When faced with a decision or problem, instead of immediately jumping into analysis, try this. Take a deep breath and create a moment of inner spaciousness. Then, gently hold the question in your awareness without trying to figure it out. Notice what arises in this space. You might receive an insight, a feeling, or simply a sense of clarity. Trust these subtle communications from your higher consciousness. Over time, as you act on this guidance, you'll develop greater confidence in your ability to access this wisdom. Remember, your higher consciousness isn't separate from your everyday life. It's not about escaping your human experience, but about bringing a higher quality of awareness to every moment. Can you wash the dishes with the same presence and clarity as when you're meditating? As you practice thinking from your higher consciousness, you may notice changes in your perception of time. The present moment becomes more vivid and alive. You're less caught up in regrets about the past or worries about the future. This present moment awareness is a hallmark of higher consciousness thinking. Another aspect of thinking from your higher consciousness is recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. Your higher self understands that you're not an isolated entity, but part of a vast, intelligent universe. How might your decisions change if you considered their impact on the whole, not just on yourself? As you deepen this practice, You may find that solutions to problems arise spontaneously without the need for extensive analysis. This doesn't mean you should abandon critical thinking, but rather that you learn to balance analytical thinking with intuitive wisdom. Pay attention to the quality of your thoughts. Thoughts arising from higher consciousness tend to be expansive, inclusive, and life-affirming. They bring a sense of peace or excitement, even when addressing challenging situations. In contrast, thoughts from the ego mind often create contraction, separation, or fear. What would it be like to consistently think from this place of higher awareness? How might it change your relationships, your work, your entire life? As we move into the next phase of our exploration, carry these questions with you. Let them inspire you to keep deepening your connection to your higher consciousness. The quantum leap, transcending the barriers of ego mind. In this phase of our journey into higher consciousness thinking, we confront one of the most significant obstacles to our evolution: the ego mind. The ego mind, with its incessant chatter, fears, and limiting beliefs, often acts as a barrier between us and our higher consciousness. Transcending this barrier requires nothing short of a quantum leap in our understanding and approach to our own thoughts. The ego mind is not inherently bad. It's a survival mechanism that has helped our species thrive. However, in our modern world, it often operates on outdated programming that no longer serves our highest good. To think from your higher consciousness, you must learn to recognize when the ego mind is at play and consciously choose to shift to a higher perspective. One powerful technique for making this shift is to practice radical acceptance. The ego mind is constantly judging, resisting, and trying to control. Your higher consciousness, on the other hand, accepts what is without resistance. This doesn't mean being passive or giving up. It means acknowledging reality as it is before deciding how to respond. When you find yourself in a challenging situation, try this. Take a deep breath and say to yourself, "This is what is happening right now." Feel the shift that occurs when you stop fighting against reality. From this place of acceptance, you can access the wisdom of your higher consciousness more easily. Another key to transcending the ego mind is to question your thoughts. The ego often presents its opinions as absolute truths. Your higher consciousness knows that all perspectives are limited. When you catch yourself thinking in absolutes, "This always happens to me. I'll never be able to do that." Pause and ask yourself, "Is this really true? Can I be absolutely certain?" This questioning creates space around your thoughts. In that space, new possibilities can emerge. Your higher consciousness can offer fresh perspectives that your ego mind couldn't see. As you practice these techniques, you may notice a shift in your sense of identity. The ego mind maintains a fixed idea of who you are based on your past experiences and conditioning. Your higher consciousness knows that you're far more than any limited concept of self. Try this experiment. For a moment, let go of all your ideas about who you are. Your name, your history, your roles in life, let them all fall away. What remains? This pure awareness, this I am, without any additional qualifiers, is the ground of your higher consciousness. From this place of pure awareness, you can choose which thoughts to engage with. You're no longer at the mercy of every passing thought or emotion. This is true freedom, the freedom to think from your highest self rather than being driven by unconscious patterns. As you master this ability to shift your awareness, you'll find that your thoughts become more aligned with universal principles. Instead of thinking solely in terms of personal gain or loss, you naturally consider the greater good. Your decisions become more harmonious, benefiting not just yourself, but the whole. This shift in thinking has profound implications for every area of your life. In relationships, you move beyond ego-driven reactions to a place of genuine understanding and compassion. In work, you access creative solutions that serve a higher purpose. In your personal growth, you're no longer limited by past conditioning, but free to evolve in alignment with your true potential. Remember, thinking from your higher consciousness isn't about suppressing or eliminating your ego mind. It's about integrating all aspects of yourself under the guidance of your highest wisdom. The ego becomes a tool in service of your higher consciousness rather than the driver of your life. As you continue to practice, you may experience moments of profound clarity and insight. These are glimpses of your true potential, invitations to step more fully into your higher consciousness. Trust these experiences. Let them inspire you to keep deepening your practice. What would your life look like if you consistently thought from this place of higher wisdom? How might you navigate challenges differently? How might your impact on the world change? The cosmic dance. Integrating higher consciousness into everyday life. In this final phase of our exploration, we focus on the ultimate challenge: fully integrating higher consciousness thinking into the fabric of our everyday lives. This is where the rubber meets the road, where lofty spiritual concepts transform into lived reality. The key to this integration lies in recognizing that there is no separation between the spiritual and the mundane. Every moment, every interaction, every seemingly insignificant task is an opportunity to think and act from your higher consciousness. Begin by bringing mindful awareness to your daily routines. As you brush your teeth, prepare a meal, or commute to work, can you maintain a connection to your higher self? This doesn't mean constantly trying to have profound thoughts. It's about bringing a quality of presence and alignment to everything you do. In your interactions with others, practice seeing beyond surface appearances. Your higher consciousness recognizes the divine essence in every being. When you encounter someone, whether a loved one or a stranger, can you connect with this deeper reality? This shift in perception can transform even the most ordinary exchanges into sacred encounters. As you face challenges and make decisions, big or small, pause to align with your higher wisdom. This might involve taking a few conscious breaths, asking for inner guidance, or simply creating a moment of stillness before responding. Trust the insights that arise from this place of connection. Remember that thinking from your higher consciousness doesn't mean you'll never experience negative emotions or challenging thoughts. The goal is not to eliminate these aspects of human experience, but to relate to them differently. Can you observe your anger, fear, or sadness with compassion and understanding rather than getting caught up in the story they're telling? As you deepen this practice, you may find that your very perception of reality begins to shift. The boundaries between self and other, inner and outer, spiritual and material, start to blur. You begin to experience life as a seamless whole, a cosmic dance in which you are both participant and observer. This shift in perception naturally leads to a life of greater purpose and meaning. Your actions become aligned with the highest good, not just for yourself, but for all beings. You find yourself naturally drawn to choices that promote harmony, growth, and healing in the world around you. Ultimately, mastering the art of thinking from your higher consciousness is about remembering your true nature. It's about recognizing that you are not just a human being having occasional spiritual experiences, but a spiritual being having a human experience. As we conclude this journey, I invite you to reflect on how far you've come. How has your understanding of yourself and your potential expanded? What new possibilities have opened up in your life? And most importantly, how will you continue to nurture and expand your connection to your higher consciousness? Remember, this is not the end, but a new beginning. Every moment offers a fresh opportunity to choose higher consciousness. Will you accept the invitation?